I think one of the least equitable things we can do is treat all students the same, because students aren't the same. They come with different experiences and interests and knowledge and backgrounds, and we should be using technology to adjust and adapt to what they need. Help bring all students. Could you imagine if we were able to say that instead of having the school day run by schedule, right? At the end of the week, we move on to Unit 2, whether or not students are ready to move on. What if we said every student will reach mastery 100% of the time? And what we'll have to shift and adjust is the time it takes some students, the approach that some students take. That's very hard to do if you don't have technology supporting that new model. But if you use technology to support personalized learning, you absolutely could imagine a world where every student reaches mastery.
Time being the variable.
Time and approach being the variable tied to interest. So when I talk about personalized learning, I think about three factors. One is the time, the pace should adjust. The other is the approach, right? And so it's possible that doing this report or this reading isn't helping me get this concept, but if I go and try to build or create something over here, that might help me, right? So the approach should shift. And the other is that it's tied to things that are interesting to me. When I was growing up, I had a really hard time with math. I always struggled with math. I love flying. I'm a private pilot. If I had any even hint that the math that I was learning tied to my ability to be able to fly someday, you would have had to kick me out of the class at the end of every day, right? And part of that was because I didn't see any relevance in what I was learning. Technology can be very valuable to help students see how this connects to things that they care about.
So if one kid is into baseball, you could use baseball statistics
Sure.
with math. Another kid is into architecture. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. In the project, so not only can you use different examples, so the example of if a kid likes baseball, let's use that for example for math. If it's architecture, let's let the students solve some architectural problems. But you can also take it to a more creative level. So how can you have the student who's interested in architecture design a building? That's the goal. It isn't to learn these math problems. It's to build this building. But by the way, it shouldn't fall down. And in order to know that it's not going to fall down, you need to make sure you're showing me what the logic is behind the math that you used, right? That's a very powerful way to involve a student in math.